Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. My name is Leonelle Thompson, and I am the Assistant Dean and Director of the TU Business Career Center. We are very excited today to bring you this webinar in conjunction with the University of Tulsa University Advancement and Alumni Engagement Office. They are going to showcase for us the new mentoring platform, TU's mentoring platform called U Tulsa Connect. But before we jump in to the actual demonstration, I wanted to go through a few housekeeping items that we'll keep in mind as we go through the webinar. First off, everyone is muted. This helps to reduce background noise and distractions. We are encouraging, though, that you ask a question, and to do that, you can do so via the chat or the Q&A that is located in your toolbar. So if you hover over the slide that you're seeing, you can then join in by chatting a question or Q&A, or using the chat or the Q&A function to submit a question to our presenters. If you are a call-in user, meaning you dialed in and are not joining via the Zoom link, you can actually email a question to bus-career@utulsa.edu, and we will answer those questions from that email address. Questions, we're going to start our question and answer session no later than 12:45. I know students who are joining us have possibly a 1 o'clock class to get to, so we'll start those no later than 12:45 to make sure we allow time for all the questions. This webinar is being recorded, and so it will be available for replay later this afternoon on the Business Career Center YouTube channel. And also, upon exiting the webinar today, you will be redirected to a screen and prompted to take a short 5-question survey. This helps to give feedback about this particular event, what you learned from it, and to help us in our reporting stats on what we can do better and if it was beneficial to you. So just take it. It takes about maybe a minute to complete that particular survey. So in keeping with our giveaways that we started with the webinar, I would definitely want to engage everyone. And so we are going to have 2 giveaways for this particular webinar. So after the presentation, we will do a drawing for all who watched live. So that drawing will be the U Tulsa Connect water bottle. And we'll do another drawing for a Grubhub gift card. So in this time, I'm missing seeing students and my fellow coworkers. So we want to keep you all engaged and provide you with an incentive to dial in. And so after the webinar, you will be notified via email or phone number, depending on how you're viewing the webinar, if you are the winner of either the water bottle or the Grubhub gift card. As always, in this environment, I can't stress enough, I hope everyone is staying healthy and safe, and we hope to be back to another new normal as soon as possible. With that, I do want to turn it over to the University Advancement and Alumni Engagement Office. First, we're going to hear from Leslie Blanchett, who is Director of the TU Alumni Engagement Office and is also a fellow TU alumna. And she's going to give you just a little bit of information about the office and what all they do. So Leslie, I am going to unmute you and you can take it away.
Thank you, Leonelle. I appreciate that. We are really excited to be a part of this today. It's really great to be able to talk to fellow staff members, faculty members, students. We've got a lot of really fun information that we want to share with you. So I'm going to share my screen if we think it's going to work. Can you guys see that okay? Okay, so we've got just a quick overview for what our conversation is going to be today. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the office, like Leonelle mentioned, and then Will Deviney, who is the new Assistant Director for Recruiting Programs and Mentoring. He's going to show you a lot of great information about U Tulsa Connect. And keep in mind that while we are alumni engagement, one of our very top priorities is student success. And I hope that you all learned some great things today about how U Tulsa Connect can help support student success and also engage our alumni throughout the country. So speaking of, this is a map here of our chapters and clubs throughout the United States. We also have one international club, and that's in India. These chapters and clubs are really determined based on population of constituents in those areas. I'm going to go to this next slide really quick, and so you can see how those rank in terms of number of alumni that live in each city. So Tulsa, being our home base, is our first up, with just over 18,000 reachable alumni. And that word reachable is really important. As students graduate from the university and move on to their amazing jobs and new lives in different cities, we really hope that they'll stay connected with the university. We feel that being a student is just the first step in a lifelong journey of your relationship with TU. And as you leave, you become automatically part of the Alumni Association with no dues to be paid. Everybody is a member. We're all one big happy family for life, is what we like to say. And as you move on to your new jobs in your new cities, we hope that you will stay in touch. TUalumni.com is the hub for all of the information from the alumni office. And that is a place where you can update your information. So whether it's your email address, your physical address, there's also a directory on there where you can add life events. We really hope that you'll keep us in mind as you move forward. You are invited to events, special events throughout the country. We've started a new series with the president visiting these different chapters, so you'll be invited to those. You have membership per se in the Career Services Office. You have access to McFarland Library. There are a lot of benefits of being a member of the Alumni Association, and you can only use those if you stay connected. One really unique thing about the University of Tulsa is that we are part of university advancement as a whole, but alumni engagement is really meant to do just that, and that's engage alumni outside of just fundraising. So we will be in contact with our alumni for things other than giving means. We also have volunteer opportunities, events that you can attend, webinars like this one that you can join, all sorts of different opportunities. We really want our young alumni to stay engaged as they graduate and then continue that lifelong relationship. So you can see here again, Tulsa's our largest chapter, followed by Houston and Oklahoma City and Dallas. So right here in the middle of the country, but we definitely have other chapters outside of the Midwest. We've got a chapter in Los Angeles, Phoenix, Chicago, DC, all across the country. You'll find really great alumni who love to give back to the university. We also have a network of clubs, and the difference between a chapter and club is really just size. You can see the difference here on the screen, Northwest Arkansas being a really large group of alumni. We also have a club in Bakersfield, California, with just 48 alumni living in that city. It's really important to keep in mind, though, that just because there's not a sanctioned club or chapter in the city that you move to doesn't mean you can't be involved. We have really active social networks. We have a really fantastic online community, and we really love to see pictures of alumni getting involved outside of these sanctioned cities. So if you move to a city that's not listed here, we hope you'll still stay in touch and share your pictures in your TU gear, volunteering or getting involved in the community. Speaking of different events, you can see some photos here of some really fun activities that our alumni do across the country. Beach parties in Los Angeles, a float trip in Houston, we do a ski trip in Colorado, there's a hike out in Washington, DC. Really, really great events that people who are passionate about the university get involved with. So as you grow in your professional development and move on to your different chapters in life, we hope that you will find something that piques your interest and meet other TU alumni in your city. I found that there are very few groups I'm involved in that are more passionate than TU alumni, so we're really very proud of what they do. We also plan many of the signature events that you're familiar with from our office, so homecoming, cane crawl, final bell, lots of different activities here in Tulsa, and the tailgates that happen before every home football game that comes from our office and is powered by the alumni network here in Tulsa. We have an incredible amount of volunteers who give their time and energy and talents to supporting the university and our mission of student success and alumni engagement. So I will leave you with one quick vocabulary lesson. It's really interesting how these words have evolved, but I think it's always nice to share our knowledge going forward with anybody who wants to talk about the Alumni Association or wants to stay involved. You can see up in the left-hand corner, we have alumnus Earl Johnson, who is part of the University Advancement staff, and we're very grateful for his leadership and all he's done for the university. But he is an alumnus because he's a single male. And then we've got in the top right, Rue McClanahan, a Golden Girl and fellow TU alumna. Oh, and that's the wrong word. I'm so sorry. It should be alumna with an A at the end of it. Alumna is a single female. You can see the little pink sign has the correct spelling. And then in the bottom left, we have alumni, and that is a group of males and females. It's plural, and it includes both males and females, or it could be just males. So a group of all men is alumni. And then a group of all women would be alumni. So I'll leave you with that. I hope that, if you've got any questions, you'll reach out to me or Will. We've got a really great staff in the alumni office. We're 6 strong right now, and we're working very hard to serve our 36,000 reachable alumni that are out there in the universe. There are more than 36,000 alumni in general, but just 36,000 of those are reachable. So as you are able to update your contact information or encourage your friends who went to TU to update their contact information, we can share the spirit of TU even further. So I will turn it over to Will here. Just a second, one more slide here. We've got some of our notable events that we plan here on campus, like we mentioned, homecoming, Uncorked, Cane Crawl. We also have a really active social network, so you can see we're on all of those different platforms: Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. But we try to do a lot with the resources that we have available to us. And you can see that last year Uncorked raised $90,000 for the Tulsa Chapter Alumni Association Scholarship Fund. And those funds are distributed to students who have a financial need of some sort. And the financial aid office works really hard to find the deserving students that can benefit from these dollars. And our alumni really know the benefit in giving back. And so there are a couple of events that really allow us to support student success in a financial way. And then UTulsa Connect, that Will's going to talk about here in a second, is a really great way to give back digitally and at no cost to any of our alumni. So with that, I will turn it over to Will.
Hello, everyone. My name is Will Deviney. I am the Assistant Director of Recruitment and Mentoring Programs from the University of Tulsa Alumni Engagement Office. I am not an alumnus of the University of Tulsa, but I very much feel like a part of the Tulsa family now that I've been in this office since January. But my job is to be the go-to person and really the spokesperson and the one that's in charge of launching UTulsa Connect and building it into what we hope to be a one-stop shop for incredible career networking opportunities. So as we go on to the next slide. So first of all, what is UTulsa Connect? So a little background about UTulsa Connect. When we were creating the strategic plan a couple of years ago, we surveyed both students and alumni, and we found that alumni really want to hire TU students. TU students are the best students, obviously. So alumni wanted to be able to connect with our student body, and on the other side, our students wanted better connection with our alumni. So we decided that we were going to create UTulsa Connect, which is a one-stop shop for mentoring and career networking. Right now, the network consists of over 700 alumni from over 40 industries, over 30 states, and over 10 countries. So we're very much an international network at this point. We're not just Tulsa-based. And it is a gateway to connections and career opportunities. we're all about building the connections at UTulsa Connect. Less about job and internship offering. That could very well come from connecting with alumni on UTulsa Connect, but that is not the purpose of the platform. And very importantly, during this social distancing period, it is 100% virtual way to enhance your professional and career development. So what UTulsa Connect is not, the first one is a dating platform. And when I say dating, I don't mean in the literal sense of dating. What I mean is that with UTulsa Connect, the students must take the initiative when they join the platform. You're not going to sign up for this platform and then get an email a couple days later saying, we found your perfect match. Go ahead and connect with them on UTulsa Connect. As the student, you need to go out and you need to find the mentor or the alumni that you have questions for or that you want to learn from. So it's very much up to the student to initiate those connections. This is not a replacement for career services. We're not trying to replace Handshake. This, again, as I mentioned, this is not a job internship site. This is all about creating those connections. And the third one, it's not a major time commitment. We really try to push this idea of flash mentoring, which is this idea that mentoring does not have to be the traditional sense of mentoring that you think of, where you have one mentor and you spend a considerable amount of time with just that mentor. At UTulsa Connect, we really push you to mentor or to seek as many different alumni from as many different industries or majors as possible. And a mentorship can be something as simple as a 15-minute conversation. So it's all about the connection. That is what we strive to do, and that is what we are looking to achieve from our office in order to maximize our students' professional development opportunities. So some of the different menu items of UTulsa Connect, and I will go further into detail on this when I give you the virtual tour, but the first one is the feed. So the feed operates much like a Facebook or a LinkedIn, where you can see current postings, what's happening. Generally, I'll post upcoming events. We have a lot of users on the platform, which will post that they're looking for a mentor or a mentee, just as an easier way to see what's going on the platform. The next one is the directory, and this is what you'll spend most of your time searching for mentors with. This allows you to filter your search dependent on a very specific category. So you can search by industry, you can search by location if you're looking to work in a very specific city. You can search by their field of study. You can even search by company. The next feature is the Find Your Mentor feature. And while UTulsa Connect will not match you and send you an email saying, we found your perfect match, we do have a formula on the platform that will give you suggestions on a mentor whose profile matches yours the best. And I'll show you that when we give the virtual tour. The next one is the groups. So this is the network within the network. So on UTulsa Connect, you can join a group that's very specific to the college you're in, your field of study, your company. We even have one for first generation students and veterans. And you even have the opportunity to create your own group. If you're in a specific student organization, you can create a group and you can add colleagues that are also in that group. So here's some of our offered services. So introduction to connections. So if you're looking to move to a city, you can connect with an alumni who can then help connect you with a group of alumni in a certain industry. You can answer or you can ask industry specific questions, take a phone call, mock interview, informational interview. And then some more of the offered services. So career advice, resume review, internship if it's available. I would recommend not connecting with a mentor and asking them for an internship. However, if their company is hiring interns, a lot of times a mentor will post an internship that's available. And then open doors at the workplace and job shadow. Now, some of these are not going to be relevant right now due to social distancing. However, most of the services that we offer are still able to happen during this period. All right, so now we're going to get started, and I'm going to give everyone the chance to create an account on UTulsa Connect if you haven't already. So I'm going to take a couple minutes. So just go to utulsaconnect.com, click join now and get started, and then I will walk you through the platform. And right.
And while you all are getting started and Will is switching over to UTulsa Connect, don't forget, if you have any questions throughout the webinar, feel free to chat them in the chat box or the Q&A box.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we have just some great success stories that we can share with you all. Connor Bender he recently connected with one of our alumni in Kansas City, John Hudson, and right now he is actually looking to go get his PhD. So just one of our many success stories. Leslie, do you have any upcoming events or stories you'd like to share?
I'd love to. So we are working currently with our new environment. We're really trying to focus on virtual events and isn't everyone? But we're really trying to figure out a way to engage our alumni, support our students all online. And through our Alumni Association Board of Directors, we're working to create a networking event, and it will likely be powered by Facebook Live, using chat kind of as a function to share questions and information. But that's one example of different ways that we're kind of pivoting our approach to engagement during this time. We're also considering things like virtual happy hours that might include alumni in the chapter cities. We are working to finalize some of our student ambassador program through UTulsa Connect that will, like Will mentioned, the majority of UTulsa Connect benefits are already online, but the ambassador program is a really pretty cool tool. It allows students to kind of be behind the scenes on UTulsa Connect and share their thoughts, successes, victories, and really just put information out there from the voice of the student. And hopefully that will encourage students to get behind this program. It really is something that is pretty unique. Not every university offers this, and it is a true direct connection between our alumni and our students in order to support each other. And even during this time, support alumni supporting alumni. With the unfortunate circumstances of the job market right now, we have many different alumni and students out there looking for jobs and internships, and we think that this is a really great way to connect with the TU family and share those connections with each other.
Definitely. And I would also like to highlight within the next coming weeks some virtual events that are going on with our friends over at the Career Center. So we will have tomorrow actually a virtual career lab with polishing your online presence. We will have a netiquette, which is network etiquette, communicating virtually with employers, on April 8th. This one will be a handshake registration. We will have a resume and cover letter refresh on April 15th on Facebook Live. A virtual career lab, how to rock your remote interview, on the 22nd. And then this one is to be determined, obviously with COVID-19 going on. June 4th, the Hire Oklahoma 2020 Alumni Career Fair for those students that are going to be graduating next month. So we're very excited about partnering with Career Services in order to carry out these events. And it's definitely been a huge adjustment switching virtually, but our office as well as Career Services are here for you. And we're willing to do everything we can to maximize your career development, professional development, and opportunities. So at this point, I am going to walk you through the um, how to use, let me go back. All right, so as you can see, this is the feed, and it functions very much like a Facebook or a LinkedIn. So as you can see, here's the event that we're doing today, posted on the feed. And if you go down, you can also see that here's some counseling tips for COVID-19. Some of our users have posted, Linda has posted about how she's creating masks right now during the period. Chris is posting about the Brain Injury Recovery Foundation that he created. So it's just a way to share new happenings and what is going on, not just with the University of Tulsa, but with the alumni communities. And you can also see, the recent members that have joined the platform. There's an area to donate, and there's an area to get connected to the Alumni Association social media pages. So next, I will go to the directory, and this is the best way to specify your search on UTulsa Connect. So as you can see, we have 1,236 registered users. That is split up into 5 different affiliations. So we have alumni, students, we have faculty and staff members of TU. We have parents of TU who we treat our parents as if they are alumni, and we treat parents as members of the TU family. So if you do have a parent that is interested in connecting, they are more than welcome on UTulsa Connect. And then we have friend of TU. So a friend of TU is someone who's not a student or alumni, but has some sort of connection with TU. Possibly they're a volunteer for TU, or they are a donor, or they work for the city of Tulsa. But you can use this filter tool, so you can search by name, you can search by affiliation. So if you wanted to find a mentor, you could filter by alumni, faculty, parent, and friend, and be able to find a mentor amongst that group. So as you can see, we have 815 registered users. You can also filter by location. So let's say you are from Dallas, Texas, and after your graduation, you really want to get a job in Dallas. So what you can do is you can search by Dallas, and that will show you users that are in the area. So as you can see, we have 30 registered users in the area. If you want to search just specifically alumni in the area, we can filter by alumni, and you can see that we have 28 registered users in the Dallas area. So the next filter tool is get involved. So if you are looking for a very specific type of help, let's say you want to do an informational interview, you can just search, you can check the informational interview box, and you can see all the mentors that are offering an informational interview. So as you can see, we have 21 registered users that are offering the informational interview. However, I would even suggest that if you do want an informational interview, even if someone is not not offering it, you still reach out to a mentor and ask if they'd be willing to, because the informational interview was actually a newer feature that was just added. So a lot of the alumni and the mentors that had joined before that feature was added do not have that on there, if that makes sense. So another way is you can search for users that are offering to be a mentor. So you would go to offering and you go to student mentoring. And as you can see, there are 652 registered users that are offering mentoring. So just because a user is not offering to mentor does not mean they're not offering their help too. So many alumni are concerned about the time commitment since they do have a full-time job. So a lot of times while they are not looking to mentor a student, they are willing to pick up the phone and to answer questions about a certain industry or about working for a specific company. So just because a user is not offering mentoring does not mean that they're not willing to help you. So the next feature I'll show you is University of Tulsa. So this one is specific to alumni and students of University of Tulsa, and you can search by degree, but my recommendation would be to search for field of study. And then you can search for your own field of study and find alumni that align with your own field. So you can scroll through the list of fields, or you can even type yours in. So I'm going to type in law, and I'm going to find all users that leave out pre-law since we're searching for alumni. And then you can also search by JD. So these are alumni that also have a JD. And as you can see, they have a JD and then another degree. So you would check all the boxes that apply, and then you would search. And as you can see, 88 users come up. Now, if you want to change that affiliation, you want to just search by alumni, you can see there's 52 users that you can connect with. And you can customize your search as specific as you want. So you could even add that you were looking for law alumni in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And as you can see, we have 19 users for that. So I'm going to refresh the page really quick. Just an easy way to uncheck all boxes for the filter. And then I'll go down to work experience. So here you can search by company. So let's say, for example, we want to search by users that work for Phillips 66. And as you can see, we're connected to 4 users on the platform that work for Phillips 66. You can also search for a specific industry. So if you are pre-med and you're looking to connect with a doctor, you can search medicine, you can search medical practice, medical devices, business, marketing, and you can specify your search by industry. Other education are for users that have not graduated from the University of Tulsa. So myself, for example, I'm not a Tulsa graduate, so I would not show up if you were to search my degree in the University of Tulsa tab. However, if you were to search my degree in this tab right here, or my field of study, I would show up. So the other education is for either for friends of TU, for parents, or for alumni that have another degree from another institution. So this is the best way to specify your search in order to find a mentor in a very specific category. If you're on the platform and you just want to connect with a mentor whose profile best aligns with yours, I would recommend selecting this mentoring tool and clicking find a mentor. And UTulsa Connect will use their formula and will see has a 66% match with my profile. So in order to connect with Chrissy, I would either click connect or click on her profile. And when you search for the directory, you would do the exact same thing. Just click on their profile or click connect. And as you can see, this is Chrissy's profile. We have the summary of her skills, her expertise. You also have some questions that she answered. You have her resume and experience right here. You have Chrissy's location. And on the top right, you have the help that Chrissy's offering. So Chrissy's offering introduction to connections, to answer industry-specific questions, or to have a 15-minute conversation, so possibly a phone conversation. So I would click request help. I would choose the help that I would like to receive. So maybe I want some introduction to connections. And then you would type in your message. Maybe I'm looking for connections in exercise science. So I would ask Chrissy, hi Chrissy, I'm moving to Tulsa. Do you have any connections in this specific field? You can also view your mentoring relationships. So we have the pending mentoring relationships. So Art works for Career Services. I was actually just doing a presentation, and I connected with Art, so it's still pending right there. This is my mentor, so you can search for, or my mentee, sorry. You can search for mentees and mentors that you currently have right here, as well as canceled mentoring relationships. And you can also change your settings. So if you are seeking additional help, you can check the boxes that you would like to add. As students, you will not have access to this offering help feature until you graduate. As students, you are only able to seek help unless you are a grad student and you are alumni and student. So the next feature I will show you is the groups. So you have two options. You can either join an existing group or you can create your own group. And as you can see, we have groups that are relative to your specific college. We have a group for first generation students. We have a group for athletes and former athletes. We have groups by alumni chapter, and we have groups by company, as well as a veteran group. In order to join the group, just select the group and you join. Now, if you are in a student organization, so I'm actually an alumnus of Sigma Nu, which I'll use as an example, you can create a group for your specific organization or possibly the major that you're in, if you want to build a very specific network or community. So to do that, you would click create a group, create your group name. If you have a website, you can put the website link on there. You can put in a description of your group, and you can add a logo to your group as well as a banner. And once you create your group, you're then able to add members to that group. So it's just another way. Again, it's very similar to the Facebook group feature, where you can create a network within the network in order to build community within a very specific group. And then the last thing I'm going to show you is the events. So as I mentioned, we're partnering with Career Services, both University of Tulsa Career Services and Business Career Services. And we are promoting their events on this platform. So if you go to the events feature, you can see some of the upcoming events. And by clicking this registration button, we would take you to the registration page for that event. So as you can see, we have the virtual tutorial right here. So if I click on that, it will take me to the handshake link. And these virtual career labs, these are actually Facebook Live events. So if you click on that, it will take you to Facebook. And if you were signed into Facebook, it would take you right to the Kane Careers Facebook page. So just a way for us to continue offering different services and reminding you about important career development events coming up. So I'd like to thank you all for being here for this session. I'm going to let Leonelle speak and ask some questions.
All right, sounds good. So continue to send in your questions to the chat or to the Q&A. And I am going to switch back to my screen and share just a few more things before. So there's Will. So few more upcoming events. So April is Internship Awareness Month. And so that is a month that is focused on bringing awareness to internships and the importance of internships. So the Business Career Center is doing a whole campaign for April as Internship Awareness Month. We're going to have giveaways. We're going to have Class of 2020 student spotlights. So you will see on our social media, you will see an email in your TU email, you will see on the University of Tulsa social media and headlines and happenings and University of Tulsa news, spotlights of some of our fabulous Class of 20 students who've had great internships. And so that kicks off tomorrow. So with it being April 1st tomorrow, so we will have social media, watch your emails for ways to engage in virtual giveaways and also to see these student spotlights. To kick us off, the Business Career Center is hosting a LinkedIn workshop tomorrow. So it will be at noon. It will be using this format, the webinar format, which will take you through LinkedIn. How do you connect with employers? How do you connect with others? So a nice complement to U Tulsa Connect and searching for jobs, searching for internships. Now more than ever, with our new norm of working from home and attending class from home, we have the fortunate, we're fortunate to have a captive audience. So now more than ever, people are on LinkedIn. So I'll go through algorithms. I'll go through suggested times to post, what you should be posting. How do you maximize your profile to make sure you're getting noticed? And then on Thursday, the Business Career Center is partnering with the Center for Student Academic Success to bring you a Hacking the Internship and Job Process virtual workshop. This workshop is going to be Thursday, April 2nd from 2:10 to 2:50. And we are going to go through everything in the job and internship process, search process, everything from applying to accepting to salary negotiations and even the awkwardness of resigning or having to leave that particular internship or job behind. We'll talk about how do you handle rejection. We'll discuss how do you formally accept an offer? What happens if you don't hear back and you're ghosted from an employer, which unfortunately happens more than I would like it to. So we're going to go through all of that in that workshop. So you can RSVP to any of these by either on Handshake or emailing the program coordinator of the Business Career Center, Tawny Crone. As Will mentioned, the Center for Career Development and Professional Engagement has upcoming events as well. And so their events are held every Wednesday throughout the month of April. And as Will mentioned, he showed you kind of how to RSVP for those. So with that, we're going to go to questions and answers. So let me get my screen up. So Will and Wesley, I am going to unmute you so you can answer questions, and I will ask you the first question. We have a couple.
All right.
So, and Will, I do think you touched on this, but I'm going to go ahead and ask it. So I'm seeing people in the veterans group that are veterans and some that are not. Could it possibly be looking at something different in their profile, or is it just a group that people can join instead of a group that people are based on their experience?
So when people, or when you sign up and create an account on U Tulsa Connect, you have the option of selecting if you are a veteran or not. So there was an automatic feature where veterans were added to this group if they selected yes. So there's a possibility that someone had selected that they were when they actually weren't. But there's also there's also people who created the group for veterans that might be on there as well.
Okay, awesome. So either it's reading it from what you pre-selected, or you can join any particular group that you showed that's set up.
And you can actually create your group too as an open or closed group. So an open group allows anyone to join. A closed group, you have to receive approval.
Okay, sounds good. And we have another question. If we're looking for a job or a career in IT or project management, for instance, but we don't care about the industry. How do we
Mhm.
look for a mentor that could help us?
Would would I be able to share my screen one more time?
Yes, feel free.
Okay, let
Yeah,
me
you just jump right in there and share.
yeah, let me just show you this really quick. So we're back on the directory feature.
You know what?
And
Let me switch to you. Hang on one second.
okay.
Okay, go ahead and share now.
So if you go to this work experience feature, you can search by industry, but you can also search by job function. So for job function, you can type in information technology. Let's see if they have a project management. They have product management, program and product management. So this is just another feature if you're not looking for a very specific industry, but you'd like to be in a job that has a certain function.
I am, Will, this is Leslie, and Leonel, I'm not seeing Will's screen shared.
No,
I don't
yeah,
know.
we lost the screen share.
Okay.
But we can definitely follow up to
Yeah.
that question on how to share it. So, and then we had just a follow-up question on that. So I'm going to go back to my screen there. So to clarify, the person doesn't care if they work in IT with energy or banking. So not so much the industry. And I think he answered it by saying, look for maybe project management, look for IT as opposed to searching for the industry.
Yep. So if you go to work experience, there are two options that you can search for. You can search for a specific industry, or you can search for a job function, which is working again, as the question was, you're looking for example, IT, but you don't really care what company or what industry it's for.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And I believe that's all the questions we have. So if you think of some more, we still have a little bit of time if you want to chat those in while I go through just a few more slides to close us out. So I want to thank Leslie and Will for presenting to us today. We're so excited to have them here and to partner with them on this presentation. Just a reminder, the Business Career Center is open for virtual appointments. So we will have the same appointments that we've always had. They will just be done virtually. So email, resume reviews, social media reviews, all of those we will do those appointments. And we're working on the career closet and how we can do those virtually as well. So all of our same appointments, you would sign up for those appointments the same way you normally would to meet with us. I have listed the contacts for the Business Career Center, so reach out to any of us and we will be more than happy to help you. Remember, when you're exiting the webinar today, that there will be a short survey. It should automatically take you there, so we would appreciate you giving some feedback. And before I close, we do have one question that came in. So I was wondering if one has 2 degrees from TU and only 1 degree shows up, how do you add the other TU degree?
So in order to edit your profile, you would go onto UTulsa Connect, and you would, in the top right, you'd see a little circle that has your picture on it. Click Edit Profile, and if you go
Sorry,
to the
Will,
bottom,
we're not showing your screen, but totally go ahead and keep walking through it. Yes.
okay. So if you go down, you can go to University of Tulsa Education, and you'll see that the degree that you have, and right after that degree, right below it, you'll see a little plus sign that says add. So you would just add a second degree.
Thank you. And we have an additional question that came in. Can you talk a little bit more about micro internships? I saw a link to Parker Dewey posted on UTulsa Connect, but was wondering if you could speak about it a little bit more. And I'm happy to take this question if you all want me to.
That'd be great, Leonelle.
Okay, awesome. So micro internships is, think of it as a gig, and a gig economy is really big right now. It's a way to have students gain experience with an internship, but without the commitment of the full 8 to 12 weeks of an internship. And so Parker Dewey is the company that kind of pioneered this idea of micro internships. And what you do is you would go out to the Parker Dewey site, and University of Tulsa has a relationship with them, has a partnership with them, and you would apply to any particular internship that is listed out there, no matter what city. And the beauty of these internships, especially given this current time, is that these internships are all done remotely. And so you could be in Kansas City and doing something for someone in Tulsa. There are options if you would like to be in person, but right now they all are remote. The majority, like I say, when it's not a social distancing time, are remote internships. And they last for a short period of time. So anywhere from a 2-day project to maybe 3 weeks, they are paid. And so you will get paid and compensated. And again, another function of Parker Dewey managing this and being the intermediary is that they only post the internships that are paid. And so you would go out, you would upload your resume. You can also access the micro internship site through Handshake. And you would upload your resume, you would interview virtually. You would go through the same process you would in person. It's just everything is remote, and they're smaller in scale as far as internship duration goes. They are still very, very good projects. So you're not running errands. You're not, just doing busy work. You are actually doing actual work. And another thing I like about the micro internships is those of you who know me know my spiel about majors and how sometimes majors can silo us. You can actually go out there and look for something you're interested in and trying. And for those 2 to 3 weeks, you get to explore a passion, explore an interest that you maybe didn't get a chance to do in school. And you get to put that on your resume. You add that to your resume, and it is a full internship. And so there's no limit on how many you can have. And so if you would like to learn more about it, or would like help in setting up your profile, or trying to choose which ones you want to apply to, or searching, feel free to reach out to me. I am going to talk about them a lot in the Thursday webinar, and some tomorrow on LinkedIn. It's just another way to connect, but definitely a new thing that is new to TU. Parker Dewey's been around about 3 years, but we're really wanting to push students, especially in this environment, to go ahead and apply. There's no harm in applying, and employers are out there seeking it. I am working with employers every day to make sure that they are adding those micro internships to the Parker Dewey site for you all to apply to. And so with that, I think that was all of our questions. Yes, so again, thank you all for joining us today. The replay will be available on the TU Business Career Center YouTube channel. That's a mouthful. And there's the link there. And you can also just go to YouTube and type in TU Business Career Center. Notice how center is spelled. That's just how we set it up. We were trying to be cool on YouTube. And so if you've missed any of the webinars from this week, or you can't attend any later in the week, they are all out there on the YouTube channel. We also have the ones from the in-person ones we recorded from last semester. So again, a big thank you to Leslie and Will. Do you guys have any parting words before we end?
Just thank you so much for having us today. It's really great to be able to share this information during this time. We know that everybody is working hard to try to stay connected and do the best we can for our students and alumni. And the more people that know about this platform and this really great way to stay involved, the better. And so we would encourage you to sign up, share it with your friends, connect with if you're an alum or a staff member or a faculty member, connect with the students. Just check on them, see how they're doing. And, even our fellow alumni, I think we're all in this together, and a platform like this really gives us the faculties to make sure that we maintain that connection. So thanks for listening today.
Definitely. And, my parting words would just be, do not hesitate to reach out to either of us for any questions or any help. If you have a mentor that is not replying, If you have a
Sorry.
mentor, it's okay. Great song, by the way. If you have a mentor that you reached out to that is not getting back to you, there might be a chance that they had created an account on an email they're not using. So if you would just let us know this, we can reach out to them personally and make sure that they reply to you. If you're on the platform and you can't find a mentor that meets your needs, please reach out to our office because we can help connect. Yes, we are in Collins Hall. We can help connect you with a member of our alumni association.
Very good. Well, thank you all so much for joining us today. And we look forward to seeing you at our future webinars. Have a great day and stay healthy and stay safe. Thanks.
Thanks, Leonelle.